This podcast is brought to you by San Diego County Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Fix Auto, Corky's Pest Control. Welcome to the San Diego Prep Insider Basketball Podcast. Tommy Morris, Christian Pedersen, Aaron Burgeon here at Torrey Pines' biggest tournament. Olive Garden. And just for reference,
actually they have some in the media tent.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
And just for reference, everyone, no, I'm not this tall. I'm standing on a higher bleacher than everyone else. So I just want to say that for Aaron and Christian, so they don't feel that bad.
How's it feel,
feels amazing.
Normally, I'm like, a foot taller than both of them. So this is actually a welcome change for these
solid
guys.
4'11".
We're doing every single podcast like this from now on. I just want to be higher up than everyone. We got to get to our top 10s really quick. We got some special guests.
Can we tell them where we are at? We're at the Under Armour Holiday Classic right now.
Guys, this is the national division of one of the most prestigious tournaments in the United States. We're all really excited to be here.
We are very excited. We get that out of the way with.
Older than Tommy and me.
Wow.
Is that true?
27 years, man.
We're the same age. Born at the same time. Great year to be born.
Around the same time I was, no.
All right, so let's go to our top 10s really quickly so we get our special guests in here. I'll do our top 10 first. Number 1, we have Saints. Number 2, Foothills Christian. 3, Helix. 4, Orange Glen. 5, Cathedral Catholic. 6, Torrey Pines. 7, La Jolla Country Day. 8, Vista. Number 9, La Jolla Vikings. And number 10, Patrick Henry. Aaron?
All right, I'm gonna have to take your phone from you because I'm gonna have to look to see. Again, we got agreement at the top. I've got Saints at 1, Foothills at 2. Then the disagreement begins. I've got Torrey Pines at 3, La Jolla Country Day at 4, Cathedral Catholic struggling a little bit. They're at 5 right now. Vista at 6, La Jolla at 7, Santa Fe Christian at 8, Poway at 5, and then I couldn't make up my mind, as you guys well know. I'm not really a fan of conflict. I had Canyon Crest and Sarah at 10. Sarah really impressive, running the table at the Sweetwater Lions Classic, beating Helix in the championship game, 57-48, guys.
One of these days, we're gonna make you walk a plank or something until you pick one of those teams. We're not gonna let you slash them again. We're gonna rent a boat, and you're gonna have to walk the plank if you do that again. Just like Pirates. Yeah. Speaking of top 10, we got a couple guys we want to bring in here if we can.
Come on, guys. Come on in.
Let's just say that this is what happens at the Under Armour Holiday Classic is you get legitimate superstars just walking around looking for things to do. So let's kind of scoot in and all get cozy here. This is most of the La Jolla Country Day Tories. We got more of them coming.
Come on, guys.
You guys want to introduce yourselves to the fans?
Josiah Esselstrom, Marcus Perry, Alex Cho.
And as you can tell, they're not using their outdoor voices like we are.
No, soft-spoken. They just know how to win.
Okay.
Introduce yourself to the fans out there.
Ryan Langboard,
Ben Doherty.
I don't know if you can even see Ben. We'll kind of scoop Ben here in the middle.
Can't miss that red hair, guys.
So we want to take a moment just to ask you guys how it's going now in Division I. Playing in the national division, how does it feel to be in the spotlight, playing for the top spot in the county? So we'll just kind of start here, go across.
It's harder. It's a lot different than last year. Challenging ourselves, but I think it'll make us better.
It's pretty exciting, and then having big audiences come to our games, and it's a thrilling experience.
Yeah, we know we belong here, but it's good challenging ourselves, getting ready for playoffs and CIF, stuff like that.
Yeah, the atmosphere is great. A bunch of people, good teams. It's a fun experience. It's just really fun to compete.
I feel like they rehearsed that answer. That was actually really smooth.
Awesome.
Coach Meyer, your media coordination abilities are amazing. Aaron, you want to ask him a question?
Yeah, you know what? Marcus and Josiah, you guys have been there. This is your senior year. You've seen the maturation of this program from, a down year when you guys were young to now, again, being on the national stage. What is it? Talk about the journey that it's taken to get to this point. What's it been like? Again, reiterate how gratifying it is.
It's been a rough journey, but winning CIF last year and playing in the national division this year has been great. It's been a long journey, but it's all paid off in the end, really.
Even our sophomore year, playing in the semifinals of CIF was pretty fun. So the journey's been fun.
Got it. These are all young.
They're getting better every year. You're going to see these guys for a long time, all this season, all next season, because you got a couple sophomores in here, a couple kids that are going to go out with titles, hopefully, fingers crossed for them. Yeah, but I think weren't you guys holding up pinky rings last year after winning that one, being like, oh, we got room for 3 more. Yeah. So, I like the confidence. This is the La Jolla Country Day Tories. They are a team that you absolutely have to see play this season before it's all said and done.
Really exciting group.
They're here in the National Division. They're in Division 1 now. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Class dismissed. Go start stretching. They're going to be playing in a few hours. That's cool.
That was awesome.
That's what
I want to say one thing though. I mean, these kids all basically been varsity as freshmen.
Yeah.
So that means I have more career JV points than them because none of them played JV. So that counts for something, right?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I think that we
from the obscure stat book. You know what I'm saying? The Guinness Book of World Obscure Stat Records. Tommy, congratulations. There we go.
We could take them.
Oh, yes.
An STPI versus country.
I would need to be up on a higher bleacher than them.
6'3" Tommy could take them, and no, we couldn't.
We need a couple more guys.
Yeah, we need a couple more guys.
That's why we
somebody
talk basketball and not play basketball.
Anyway, boy, LeBron.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so let's get this going now. We got game balls.
We got to get some game balls going. So I'm gonna pass you guys the mic. Aaron, you started. Christian, you finish it.
Okay, I've got 3 game balls this week. I'm going to start with a freshman at Point Loma, Yassine Garam. Last night against Ramona, 32 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Last week hit a 75-foot buzzer beater to force overtime against Steel Canyon. My next game ball goes to Jake Gilliam from the host team, Torrey Pines. Jake's had a great tournament. They actually beat La Jolla Country Day in that one-off game on Monday, and of course they defeated Fairfax 64-51, and Jake had 25 points, 10 boards in that game. And my final game ball, I totally forgot. I spaced out on that one, so I'm just gonna
just go with 2.
Yeah, just go with 2. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Wait, I remember. Quincy Farabee from Sarah, the MVP of the Sweetwater Lions Club Classic. They weren't in any of our top 10s at the beginning of this year. Hell, they weren't in my top 25 to start the year, but they've made a march up the rankings, and Quincy Farabee, the senior point guard, has been a big reason why.
And he's shooting lights out right now. His stats are ridiculous.
All right, I will talk about some guys that are lights on and playing quite well. First one, game ball, goes to Tayshawn Cherry. As the leader of a Saints team that is now the #1 in the county, congratulations. That's a big win over Foothills.
Big time.
That's a big, you get a game ball when you propel your team to #1 in the county. Next one, I will go with Jalen Flanagan from El Camino, putting up 30 against whoever it was from out of St. Genevieve.
Yes,
Genevieve. No parlez-vous français. And then I'll give my last one to Owen Ashiris from Santa Fe Christian. They pulled out a close one yesterday, or this will be 2 days ago, the time you end up watching this. But, shout out, game ball kind of to all of the San Diego teams that represent well for the city here in the Holiday Classic across all the divisions.
Yeah, they've done a really good job.
It's great to see, and there's teams and players that are individually letting people know, hey, San Diego's the real deal for high school basketball. So those are my game balls.
Awesome, and yes, we are the real deal, and so as it's been proven by this tournament behind us, Torrey Pine's doing a great job so far. Now we gotta get to our Dunkin' Dish. We were just talking about Sarah. First Dunkin' Dish. Sarah needs to be on everyone's radar.
I'm gonna have to emphatically dunk that one. Sarah, really proved themselves in that Sweetwater Lions Classic. The last couple years has been a down tournament, but they had Helix, Lincoln, Patrick Henry all represented, and it was Sarah who came out on top. Quincy Farabee's one of the reasons, but they've got a great core group of guys. Tate Samuelson and Jamari Brown, 2 senior undersized post players, a couple of long wings in Jarrell Hall, and a transfer from Florida, Ryan Flowers. And of course, they've got a senior, Ben Weinberger, who's been best friends with Quincy Farabee since they were in the 6th grade. They've been teammates together. He had a series of devastating knee injuries, almost derailed his career. He's come back. He plays a valuable role for that team. Definitely on everyone's radar.
And also, I want to add this to Tate, a great baseball player. Fantastic baseball player.
Okay.
I will also dunk this one, not as emphatically. I always feel a little weird drinking the Kool-Aid on a team this early in the year.
Yeah, I agree.
But I will say that you hit it on the point with the competition that was there at Sweetwater. Makes me say, yes, I will start drinking. Take a little sip of Kool-Aid on this one. But yeah, Sarah came out and beat good teams. They didn't. They aren't 15-0 against nobodies, and it's just like, all right, well, let's. They're winning real games against real talent. So I'll dunk this one.
All right, moving on to our next one. You talked about sipping the Kool-Aid early. Some teams have scheduled a bunch of games early on. Some teams have played as much as 18 games. Other teams have played less than 10. So dunk or dish, it's a good idea to front load the schedule like this.
I'm gonna dish this one. You know, it's a situational dish, I'd say. You've got teams like Helix and Mission Hills who are very incomplete at this point of the season, missing really, big players. So would you front load the schedule with 18 games, knowing that you could easily go 9-9 and potentially jeopardize seeding in the playoffs because you're not playing with a full deck of cards? I don't think that's a great idea. But on the other hand, let's say you've got a team.
Answered both sides of the question.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna start calling you slack.
No, but I'm saying I'm dishing it because of that reason.
Okay.
Because you've got those teams. On the other hand, if you've got a great team, why not? But I'm dishing it because I think, again, you've got those situations where those teams don't have all their players.
I'm going to dunk this one. I think that basketball is a sport where you have some wear and tear, but you don't have that necessity of football or a baseball with resting arms and whatnot, where you really have to take weeks off. So I say get out, start playing. If you have the ability to play 2-3 games a week early in the season, get the rust off, get into that fine form. Even if you are missing some players, all you're doing is benefiting their backups and making yourself into a more well-rounded team. I understand what you're saying about not wanting to be 9-9 and jeopardize a playoff spot. But if you're at the point where you're having to cherry pick wins and losses to try and get a playoff spot, what are we talking about? That's not quality basketball. We're talking about a team that is scared to step on the court with anybody. You should be willing and ready to run out there and be like, hey, we're fine taking a couple losses on the chin, but we're going to back it up when we say we want to be the best and get out there and play.
All right, so there's our dunk and dish. We're going to go to our game picks right now, starting with game that's going to be played on Thursday. It's El Camino and Valhalla. I'm going to take El Camino in this one. Aaron, what do you think?
I'm picking El Camino too. Valhalla's had a couple of good wins, but I like that it feels like El Camino's gelling right now. Jalen Flanagan leading the charge. Devontae Shepard having a really good game.
Absolutely.
17-point game in their effort against Saint Genevieve. So so I'm liking the Wildcats in this one.
Absolutely. Let's make it a clean sweep. Go El Camino.
All right, moving on. This is a game that's being played on Monday. It's Sage Creek at Mission Hills. I'm going to take Mission Hills. I'm going to take the Grizzlies on this one. It's kind of, I'm not 100% sure on this one. I'm 50-50 on this one. Aaron, what do you think?
This is emphatic for Mission Hills for one reason and one reason only. January 2nd. Guess what that means? 6'11" Warren Washington and 5'11" Ed Finzi play their first game for Mission Hills. They've been practicing. Their guys who have been, they've been working out over the summer. They played high-level AAU basketball. These are guys who are going to come in and impact the game immediately. This is a rout. This is Mission Hills all the way.
I'm going to have to agree. Just because they haven't been there doesn't mean they're not going to gel. They've been practicing. You didn't have to stop playing basketball altogether. So I'll go with Mission Hills.
All right, another game is going to happen on Monday. It's Rancho Bernardo traveling to Orange Glen. This is going to be a good game. I put Orange Glen very high on our list, but I'm going to go ahead and call for an upset right here. I'm going to take Rancho Bernardo. What do you guys think?
It's at Orange Glen. Ooh. I'm going to have to go with the host, Orange Glen, on this one. They've been playing pretty well. They just beat J. Sarah Catholic out of Orange County, which boasts a big-time player in Sebastian Much. They've got a couple of guys that are sitting out 30 days for transfer, but that's a really good win for Orange Glen for the Patriots. I like Rancho Bernardo. I think this will be a close game, but again, when you play in front of your home crowd, I mean, that's a 6-man for you. So I'm going to go with Orange Glen on this one. Mike Diaz and crew, they'll get it done.
I'm going to agree, Orange Glen. I want to use this as a challenge to J.J. Overton to step up and prove us wrong and say that you can get a big road win or prove Tommy right because this is the kind of matchup where you said that 6-man really does come into play when you have two teams that are pretty close to being on par there. But this could also be a big moment for Orange Glen to validate being as high as they are in our top 10, which I don't think is a fluke. I think this team will hang around in the top 10 all season long.
I disagreed with where you guys had them placed. In my top 25 expanded rankings, I've got them just outside at 12. So this is a really good team. This isn't a team that's going to sneak up on anyone. When you've got 4 seniors with the experience that Michael Diaz, Devin Diaz, Trevor Owens, and Gabe Macias have, you're gonna be in these big time matchups, and you're gonna win these games. It's no fluke.
All right, next game we're going to. This is a game that's going to happen on Tuesday, so it's a while from now. Kind of an interesting game. Big school, small school. Vista going to Santa Fe Christian. I'm going to take the road team again. I'll take the Panthers. What do you guys think?
Oh, man. I'm going to pick Vista too, but this is, again, one of those ones where, I wouldn't be surprised if Santa Fe Christian wins this game. Again, Vista very guard heavy. Santa Fe, they've got good guards, but they got interior play with Charles Dudley and Dimitri Washington. And that's been kind of the Achilles heel for Vista over the last few years. Functional big men. Not just big guys, tall guys, but big guys who can play, give them trouble. Both of them do. But Torres Samuels is playing really well right now, but Isaiah Morris is playing the best basketball of his career. And I don't think they have an answer for both of those guys if they both go off. So I'm going to pick the Panthers with the road upset.
I'm going to go with the home team, Santa Fe Christian. I love big, you said it right, functional size. They know how to take a step down and guard people. I think they will provide just enough disruption to create some offensive boards, offensive opportunities for them to get enough points. This is like a 65, 64, 63 type win.
All right, our fifth and final game. It's going to be Lincoln going to Kearny. I'm going to take the Comets in this one. I think it'll be a tight game, though. Aaron, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Kearny right now. A lot of it depends on what happens with Raekwon Everett, the junior from Lincoln. He's missed the entire season with a bruised ACL, so he hasn't played. If he's back in the lineup and can give them some resistance in the middle against Robbie Robinson, this will be a good game. But without him, I'm thinking this is going to be one of those close games that Kearny will probably take later on in the year. Lincoln has a full deck. I would pick Lincoln, but right now I'm with Kearny.
I'll make it a clean sweep. Robbie Robinson is just too good.
All right, there you have it. So those are predictions. That's everything we have for you on this podcast, guys. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, you know what? Again, what a great place we're in right now. Being able to come to you guys live from one of the largest tournaments again in the country. I cannot stress that. If you are in San Diego right now, or when you see this podcast and you're not at one of these 5 gyms, I don't know what's wrong. And you're a fan of basketball, I do not know what's wrong with you. Get out, go watch some good basketball.
Aaron will come pick you up at your house. And
I don't know about all that. I'm going to go chill out at the VIP booth right now and get some food. Holler at you guys later.
I got nothing. Let's go watch some basketball.
I'm going to go with you to the VIP thing and eat some. I think they got tacos here today and some Jersey Mike's. So, Coach Olive, great job as always. We'll see you guys next week.